So I was telling my new friend Vim Miller that it's not often I get to talk with an assassin. So we're talking with Vim Miller, who was accused of being the third Trump assassin. And then I met him at Mar-a-Lago, so he went through Secret Service, so I know he's not. So good.
It's funny because I was like, it was a trip. Like I was actually filming Donald Trump. He was there. He was like 10 feet away from me, and he starts like waving at me, and I'm like filming. I'm like, I can't believe 5 months ago. Well, less than 5 months ago, this sheriff Chad Bianco of Riverside, tried to character assassinate me so he could get the national spotlight. And obviously he was planning on running for governor, which we actually called the day he came out with these false accusations. And lo and behold, 4 or 5 days ago, he announces his run for governor while I'm on my way to Mar-a-Lago. And that was actually a trip because I actually posted something where I filmed the president just passing by right in front of me while I'm filming. And I'm like, hey, guess what? Hey, Chad, I got full security clearance. I guess I'm not an assassin, Bizarre story, man. Bizarre. So I guess only in America this sort of thing, it happens where, one day you're called an assassin, the next day you're hanging out with President Trump.
So I have a good friend, Chris Gleason, who's down in Florida. You don't know him, but he knows of you. And he called me that day, and he's like, that dude is not an assassin.
Yeah.
He told me straight up.
Not the assassin. I'm becoming a bit of a media assassin, though. I think that's my lane right there. We've been doing the irony of this whole thing is we've been exposing what's been going on with, what people call the deep state, our corrupt elite, these USAID, which we didn't know there was the money was coming from USAID, but we knew, especially working in Hollywood for 25 years since I was a kid, where there was money that would appear for agendas that just didn't make sense. Now I understand where it's coming from.
Economical.
It was just not making sense. Where it's and it was propagandistic. And I'm having been a music video director, a TV producer, I saw this propaganda behind the scenes. I saw how a lot of this poison is infused into our culture. To do things like make, men not feel masculine and make women feel masculine. Things like that are have caused havoc with the families in this country, are destroying children. 50 years ago, we didn't have children that thought they're cats, okay? And this is because the family structure is being destroyed due to this horrible propaganda. A lot of it emanates from Hollywood. And that's been actually my agenda. With launching the America Happens Network, AmericaHappens.com, our goal was really to expose what's happening, to tell people the truth, especially being in Hollywood. I was just so jaded after 25 years of that stuff where, I'm like, the music is crap. The lyrics are crap. They're not good for our children. They're not good for our future. And then I go on television and it's the same thing. We're doing nothing fruitful for our population.
Nothing artistic, nothing deep, nothing just shallow, sexualized.
Sexualized crap, and you know what's there's a YouTube show actually with this music critic guy that he plays stuff, he'll play hits from the number one hits, from a week in 1980 on Billboard charts, right? And then he'll play what the hit is today. And I swear to God, if that doesn't show you humans devolving in the wrong direction, that's what happened. Listen to Led Zeppelin, the Beatles.
Well, we were talking with both of us with Ted Nugent. I asked him where's the music?
Dude, where is it? It's gone. We have these things, whatever, auto-tune, all this crap that 85 producers, and then you have guys like Ted Nugent that sit there, old school guys, write their songs, sculpt their songs, and most of these things are masterpieces compared to what we're hearing today.
So true.
We have to change this culture. We have to return to
culture is upstream from politics.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
So tell the world who you are.
All right, so my name is Ben Miller, and this is the latest thing. This is the third assassin documentary, which we released 12 minutes of on my X account, not Vem Miller, not Vem Miller, because Vem Miller was sacrificed for Twitter 1.0. They got rid of it.
Todd Wood was sacrificed too, so I have the real Todd Wood.
Yeah, I have the not Vem Miller. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make sure they don't think I'm Vem Miller because they might cancel me again. So. I've been doing this stuff. I left Hollywood in 2018, took a few years off, and then really hit it hard with this freedom movement in terms of the media and all that. And the irony of this whole Chad Bianco story, which you guys just have to watch that 12-minute piece and you'll know really what happened there, is that, he picked on me. He thought he could get away with it. I think it's, actually God's will that it was somebody like me that has is lucky enough to have friends like the gentleman that I've never even met that is saying this guy's not an assassin because he's probably been watching my stuff. He knows who I work with. You know, I had people like Roger Stone, Alex Jones, Stu Peters, so many of them, Jeremy Harold, you know, really saying, hey, this is nonsense, and really standing up for me. And the irony of all this is that Sheriff Chad Bianco claims he's a Republican. He said, you know, he's a Republican under the R, and so am I. So this was not a political thing. This was really about truth versus fiction. It was really about somebody that's really trying to, you know, harm somebody by a character assassination to raise their profile. Really nasty thing to do, you know. And we don't need people like this just because he has an R in front of his name. And we have some great California candidates coming up. Actually, one of them I was just talking with. His name is Leo Zaki of Zaki Farms, which I grew up in LA buying these people's products, right? Zaki Farms was a brand that I remember more than any other brand because this is what I grew up with. And in 2019, due to these ridiculous California policies, these anti-business policies, his business was run out of business. Generational family business that was employing hundreds of people gone because of ridiculous policies that are anti-business, socialistic policies. And this is the sort of thing we got to stop because that's no good. That's good for nobody. If we don't have jobs, we don't have good family businesses, we don't support our small businesses, we're gone. We're gone. The country's gone. We're going to a socialist state. And all those wonderful products that Zaki Farms has, you know, no longer around because of these bad policies. And that's what we have to reverse.
Well, good talking to you. How do people follow you?
Check out AmericaHappens.com. That's our network where we, you know, publish content that we produce on a dime, really to expose what's happening. Also, X Not Them Miller, where I have things posted, especially the story I'm telling you about, the 12-minute videos on there in terms of the Chad Bianco story and the false accusation, what we call the third assassin hoax. And would love for you guys to join us and follow what's going on.
Excellent. We'll have you back on.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my friend.
You very much.
All right,
I appreciate
take care.
you.
You bet.